Hmm.
Dear friends, we have our great Guruvayur temple at Trichur, Kerala, where Lord Guruvayurappan is enshrined as deity. This is a holy temple where devotees can feel the presence of the magnanimous heart of God, Sri Krishna, overflowing in love and compassion towards his devotees. There are several stories glorifying the Leelas of Bhagavan Sri Guruvayurappan said over generations. Here I am saying a story of a devotee named Kitta who belonged to a backward caste. As we know, the caste discrimination once existed in Kerala society, and separate temples for different castes was the system at that time. So Kitta, being a native of Guruvayur, had no chance to see and worship Guruvayurappan, though he is an ardent devotee of the Lord. Kitta worked as a tree climber fetching coconut and fruits from the trees, and his income for living was very low. Most of the days his children could not eat 2 meals per day. It was a period of festival at Guruvayur temple. The festival will last for 10 days. The ninth day is the day of Palliveta. In its concept, Lord will go out round the temple and surroundings area, which is termed as Palliveta. It symbolizes that Lord destroys all sorts of evils such as lust, anger, desire, etc., which are polluting the human minds, and he comes back victorious and takes rest at Sri Govil that night. Next day it is the day of Arattu. Lord will only wake up little bit late today. He will then proceed for Arattu in Rudrakulam. This will be in the form of a big procession where the procession will be circling the temple and covering adjacent areas. On that morning, at the temple Tidappalli, the place where Nivedya or offering to deity are prepared, a stranger in the clothes of a pujari is seen collecting Nivedya and payasa etc. offering in a bamboo basket fully loaded. When the Arattu procession started, he walked beside the elephants carrying Lord's idol in front, carrying the basket on his shoulder also. At several junctions and before houses, the procession will be honored with their offerings, and there will be a small halt in between. The procession, when reached in front of the small hut of Kitta, the pujari straightway went inside Kitta's house. Kitta was there to see the Lord Guruvayurappan in Arattu. He got shocked to see an upper class Brahmin entering his small hut. Out of astonishment, he anyway welcomed the pujari to come inside. The pujari told him that he is little bit tired. He asked Kitta to help him place the heavy basket down and sat there in front of hut itself. The pujari then looked up and stared on the top of a coconut tree which was there, and this was the only tree that belonged to Kitta's hut. He looked to Kitta's face with smiling and said, "You have some tender coconut in this tree. Why don't you get me one?" Next moment, Kitta could feel the bright radiance and divinity of Lord Guruvayurappan on the face of the pujari. He cried out of joy, "Of course, I shall get it for you." Kitta climbed up, and a bunch of tender coconut was there at the ground next minute. Seeing this, the pujari stood up, snatched one tender coconut in one of his hand. With the other, he blessed Kitta and smiled and went away, totally disappearing from the scene. Kitta still was in the coconut tree. He could not believe his eyes. The pujari was Guruvayurappan himself visiting his ardent, sincere devotee Kitta at a small hut. The Lord himself carried basket full of nivedya and food to Kitta's children who were starving all those days. The Lord Guruvayurappan is so merciful and kind towards his devotees. He allows his devotees to win his magnanimous heart and its compassion once we are so strong in our faith like Kitta. The moral of this story is we must become a person to whom things can be given by God without our asking. If you like this story, please subscribe and click the bell button so that similar stories of Lord will be reach you soon. God bless you all. Thank you very much.